Hello, young lady. I'm looking for some folks that may have passed through here recently, and I wonder if you've seen them.
Hello, sir. Well, I am a doctor, so I see a lot of folks pass through these parts. Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for an older man and woman, about my age. They've run off with something that belongs to me, and I'm hoping to catch up and get it back is all.
What are their names?
The fella goes by Lawrence. The woman's name is Mildred. She's my wife. Do those names sound familiar?
Yes, I am familiar with Mildred. She was brought to me a couple of weeks ago for treatment. But, sir, she passed away. I'm very sorry.
What happened?
Well, I don't know her history, but I do understand that she used morphine quite frequently, and I do believe that her body just gave out.
What about the man? Any idea where he could be?
Not for certain, but there is a camp further west. It's about a half-day's ride. I've heard that they stayed there.
Thank you, Doctor. I appreciate your help.
So, what's your name?
My name is Ezekiel, but everyone calls me Pappy. Thank you again, Doctor. Lawrence.
Zoik! Stretch.
I've come for what you took from me, Lawrence.
Zoik. Now look. The money's gone. So is Mildred. I had to bury her a couple of weeks ago.
You took everything from me. What am I supposed to do now?
I'm sorry,
I know
Zoik.
you like this hat.
We didn't
Don't even
mean
try
for
it.
to go this far. She talked about going home to you all the time.
Well, I guess it's too late for that, isn't it? You know, I've dreamt about shooting you since the day you two ran off together. But now that I've seen what you've become, you're not even worth the bullet. I've changed my mind. I know you like this hat. Don't even try it.
Hello, can I help you? Oh, hello.
Well, hello, young lady.
How are we doing, Mr. Goul?
Well, Something's bothering me, and I think
Do
we
you
should
need me to
talk.
give you an operation?
I don't think I need an operation at the moment.
What is it, honey?
Well, why don't we go somewhere quiet where maybe we won't be interrupted?
All right. I mean, we've never been one for that, but we can go in the church if you'd like.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
What is wrong, honey?
The other day when I got to town, that horseshit fella told me about, you had some 25 seconds with a fella named Grant. Remember I asked you about that the other day?
Well, oh, hold on. We should probably not go downstairs. Too many ghosts to listen in. You mean the 25 seconds of eye contact?
Yeah, so you mentioned.
Uh-huh. What about it?
Well,
Hmm?
I found that Grant fella,
Uh-huh.
and he told me what happened.
Right. And he told you what?
I think if you dig down deep, you might already know what he told me.
What, that we had 25... Do you really think I... with another man?
Well, you see, I've been thinking a lot about that. Now, this young man doesn't know me from JC. He's got no reason to lie. But darling, we have a marriage on the line.
Uh-huh.
So I think in this particular case, what he told me was the truth.
But why would I not just tell you? You know what we've been like?
In most cases, yes, I would agree, but I think maybe this time, maybe you were just afraid to tell me.
Why would I be afraid to tell you?
I mean, this is no small thing, Morag.
Don't call me Are you calling me by my full name?
Now, I'm gonna ask you a question, and
No, why
I
are you
don't.
calling me Morag? You don't call me that.
I don't. Yes, I do too. How dare you? I've called you Morag 1,000 times.
But that's not... But why are you calling me that right now?
What would you prefer me to call you right now?
Well, normally you call me darling. That's what you call me.
Well, I called you darling too, but all right. Well, listen, darling. I'm gonna ask you a question, and I don't want you to answer it right away, okay? If you need like 60 or 120 seconds to pull your inner thoughts, I'm happy to wait. But I need to ask you this question. Do you want this marriage to be over?
No.
Well, I don't want it to be either.
Then what are you doing, dum-dum? Come on. I didn't do anything.
I need you to be honest with me, darling, because I know what you're saying right now isn't the truth.
Sweetheart, it is the truth. I did not sleep with that man in any capacity. Why would I lie about that, huh? I have no reason to lie to you.
You have a reason to lie. Of course you do. We have a 10+ year marriage on the line. You have every single reason to lie to me about that.
Well, no, because what's the point of a marriage if we're lying? It wouldn't have mattered to begin with.
That's exactly the question I've been asking myself for the last 2
Well,
days.
that's why I'm not lying to you. Why would I lie? Then our whole marriage would be forfeit. I didn't do anything like that.
All right, so for this next part where I say I forgive you, then do you want me to sound at least like a little angry, or do you want me to stay
No.
like somber?
No.
All right.
Do you really? No, I'm bothered. I am bothered that you
You're
think I would
bothered.
lie. Well, yeah, why the fuck would I lie?
How do you think I feel when I've got some fella?
We've been together for 10 years.
That's exactly right. We have been together for 10 years.
Have sex with some random man.
I don't think he had any reason whatsoever to tell me any lies about that. In fact, although he felt a little bit bad about it, I think he was kind of proud at the same time.
I don't even know who that man is.
That makes it even worse if you ask me.
Well, I didn't do anything. Never have, never will. Never. And for you to stand there in front of me and act like that is insanity to me. We've barely seen each other.
Let's not pretend that for the last 10 years, every chance you've gotten, you have flirted, you have growled, you have said all sorts of things to any attractive young man that has been even near us. Half the time I'm standing right next to you.
And you calling every other girl young lady, it don't bother me.
There is a big difference, and you know it.
No, I'm sorry. What? I spend the whole day thinking about you and the fact that we haven't done anything in forever.
You're the only thing that's been on my mind for the last month.
Well, where have you been, huh? You know where I live.
You know where I've been? I'll tell you where I've been. I've been off. In fact, I've been writing a play. I just finished it recently, and then I come back into town and realize I've got to change the ending.
Why?
Look, he told me one thing. You're trying to tell me another.
And who have you been married to for 10 years, huh? Who saved your life on multiple occasions? Who stood by you through all the shit we've been through? Me.
We have been through a lot together. That's why this hurts so much.
No, and you act like our relationship has to be some one-sided thing. You didn't come look for me. I didn't come look for you. I was at peace knowing that you had your business going on, whatever you're doing. And I know I've got my thing going on.
But I've never asked some young lady to wait for me up in the bell tower.
I never had him in the bell tower like that.
That's precisely what he told me happened.
And did he tell you about me with the pillows up my belly, huh?
I found out about that from horse shit.
How about the way I stabbed him? How about that?
That doesn't change the fact what happened before.
Yes, it does. I did not do anything with that man. This is some bullshit. Are you coming in here acting like, oh, I'm gonna believe random man number 2 just because, huh?
Oh, he's random man number 2, so there's a random man number 1 I'm hearing
Well,
now.
I don't know. I'm just using a random fucking number. And if you don't want to be with me, you can just fucking say that. You don't need some bullshit excuse to try and make me look like I'm the bad person. I mean, you sat there and lied to me about the order for how long? And yet I still sat there. So don't come at me like that.
Well, the difference is we weren't even married at that point. And I almost ruined everything.
We were still in a goddamn relationship.
That almost destroyed us. I promised at that point I would never, ever tell you another lie. And you promised me the same thing, yet here you stand in front of me telling me something I know is not true.
Sure. Like I killed my own sister, didn't I? I had to kill my own sister to save you. But I'm just gonna waste that entire thing with one man in a fucking bell tower, huh?
I know we've been through a lot, but none of that changes.
I killed my own fucking sister for you.
None of that changes what happened up in the bell tower, and you know what?
Nothing happened in the bell tower. Don't even make me bring up Ethel.
Oh, you know someone named Ethel?
Mm-hmm. You remember old Ethel?
Why, sure.
Right.
Let me say this. Whatever did or did not happen, I forgive you, And I love you. And if you ever get married again,
What do you mean if I ever get married again?
I hope they love you as much as I did.
What the fuck do you mean?
We always said until the end. And
What do you mean?
I think you just decided when the end was.
No, I did not. What?
I want you to
What do you
take care of yourself.
There ain't no fuck. You have nothing to go off. What the fuck is going on with you?
I think you know.
No, I don't. Solomon, get out. Get back here.
The moment you took him up to that bell tower is the moment you decided this marriage was over. And you know what? I'm making it easy on you and helping you out. I
I'm making it
agree.
easy. I don't want that man, and I never did anything. And for you to believe a random man over the woman that's been around the world and back again for you is insanity.
Why you pretend like that was single-sided? We've been around the world for each other. And imagine how upset I was when I come walking back into town and the first thing I hear is that you're with this fella up in the bell tower.
Uh-huh. What, so I can... Doesn't mean anything happened in the bell tower.
Right.
Nothing happened.
I believe it did.
Nothing. But why? Why now?
Everything you...
Throw it all away, huh?
I'm not the one who's throwing it all the way. I didn't take anybody
I
upstairs.
didn't fucking do anything, did I?
I think you did. That's why we're having this conversation, darling.
Bullshit. Is there another woman? Is that what it is?
Is there
You
another
found
woman?
someone else?
This is how you're going to twist it.
And
You're
you
going to
don't
ask
know.
me if there's another woman after you
Well,
did
I
what
don't
you
know
did up
because
in the bell tower. You're going to
not
ask
making no
me.
goddamn sense.
I'm not making any sense. What sense does it make for you to...
Well, I don't know. If you don't want me, then you don't have to have me. It's that simple.
You decided you didn't want me.
I never said that, and I never would.
Take care of yourself, darling.
If you walk away from me right now, I will never forgive you. Pappy! Well, if you're leaving forever, you may as well have this. You're just going to abandon me. Go ahead.
If you telling yourself that I'm abandoning you makes you feel better,
Sure.
I can't do anything about that.
You want to walk away. But enjoy that. Maybe one day you'll wear it to remember me when I'm dead.
Let's remember that you walked away from me first.
Is it finally over, dear? Did she ever find out?
Hello, everybody. Well, what did everybody think? That was a ride, wasn't it? Hang on, let me just throw some music in the background here real quick. We can chit chat for a few. Disgusting. What's disgusting? What the hell? What the hell?
Ban him!
Oh.
Ban him!
Hold. Oh my God. Oh, here we go. Some quiet music in the background. All right, so let me ask you let me ask you a question. Well, you know what? No, I'm not even gonna ask the question. Oh, you mad? This was amazing. Great you popped that. Thank you very much, Mafia. Oh, and I don't want to forget this. I want to say thank you very much to the Mafia girl, to Sklurp, and to Namekius for helping me out. I wanted to tell a little bit of a story of Pappy's lore, and I had a couple of ideas. Fine. And then yesterday morning, I don't remember. It kind of all came together super fast. Anyway, very recently, I had this. I had an idea what I wanted to do, and I sent a message to Mafia and Sklurp, and immediately, they both responded immediately saying, "Hell yeah, let's do this." So that was a lot of fun. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it nasty. And then the same thing with Namekius. I said, "Hey, I've got a fun
Slay
idea.
Queen, house down boots, occur."
Here comes all the points. Now we're pissed off. Okay, so Teal, I'll pose the question. As we saw this, what's there to be pissed about? What do we know? I mean, I know what everybody can assume. I love that indoor knew nothing. The reactions were stellar. So yeah, that reminds me too, because I was kind of getting a chuckle. Obviously this particular storyline has been, kind of lingering for a few days, and I didn't want it to linger too far because everybody wants to move on, with other stuff, and with this kind of With this kind of drama kind of just floating out there unresolved, it's kind of hard to move on. And I don't know for sure, but I suspect Indoor was feeling it too, because yesterday afternoon I got a DM from Indoor saying, "So, you gonna be on today? Are Pappy and Morag gonna have the quote unquote talk?" So we had a few messages going back and forth, and I'm not gonna go. They weren't anything major, but when I was reading them, I'm like, "God damn it, Indo, you are totally fishing for spoilers." So I told him, I'm like, "Look, I want it to be as organic as possible. Obviously, I know what Pappy is thinking." I said, "But I want it to be as organic as possible, and I don't want to give spoilers, and that includes you in this particular case." So. So yeah, going into last night, Indoor didn't know anything, what Pappy was planning on doing. "I'm 100% Lurker, and it made me come out being Lurker and commenting for the first time today. This story has got me questioning which parent to choose." That's I had made a comment in my Discord yesterday about this too. I'm very proud and happy that I get to play with so many folks who have amazing and insane characters that can make a connection with folks out there in Twitch. I'm the same way. There's so many characters that I am just so involved in, and I'm glad that I can play a small role in that, and where Pappy can have that kind of connection with everybody as well. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, that was kind of a season finale. I know Morag is going to be starting up some different storylines. We got a whole bunch of possibilities now with stuff that can go on. So Ethel, here's the thing, that's the other. I kind of made a mental note earlier that I wanted to talk about it. So I could not even tell you the last time that I was on a server at the same time as Namekius was. Pappy and Ethel have not interacted face to face in God knows how. I honestly don't even remember. It's been so long. But the fact that we've all been kind of able to RP on a notion has been so fun, right? I mean, Pappy and Ethel were never a thing. It's just been this thing out there, just this faintest idea, and it's always been one of those things, and that we've all kind of kept in our back pocket, and use it when it's fun and convenient. Phyllis is going to be all over Pappy now. Oh, so I don't know. Does should Pappy kind of go on a bachelor storyline now here? Should he try to go out and date as many girls as he can out there? So since Pappy is single, would he date Ethel or Phyllis? I mean, I'm not gonna say either way because I have no idea, and it would kind of. I don't want to stop any good RP before it could even happen. Stop the line, you and Ethel had fun. Oh my god. Morag will always be lurking in the bushes to kill whoever. Probably. Yeah, that's probably, Pappy would kind of become kind of like Constance in a way, right? Because everybody who's been, associated romantically with Constance has been, has ended up 6 feet under very soon after. Pappy doesn't want to do that to people. When all Pappy's love interests go, yeah, no doubt. Pappy the villain the whole time? Was he? I mean, I'm not saying he isn't, but how do we know? The newest victim of Constance lasted a full 1 minute. Is that right? He made it a whole 60 seconds. Oh my god. So if nothing is happening with Ethel, what was that all about? I'm quite grumpy about this. I guess we'll see. Maybe Ethel ordered maybe Ethel just ordered a second cutlery set is all. I mean, you know, that's just as viable a possibility as any others that you know, that could be interpreted as. I'm excited for the single Zeke era at TVH. All right, did anybody see Zeke coming? Ezekiel? Did anybody see Pappy's real name coming? Someone said something about maybe he's writing the play with Ethel, but of course Morag wouldn't know that. Yeah, so just well, I guess it's not really meta because Pappy brought it up last night. Pappy has written a play. And that's kind of something that he was gonna keep in his back pocket, you know, as something to put together and to come together with several other characters, put on a production. Just bought a bunch of coolers from the liquor store. Who wants one? Yeah, Sklurp is in. I'm in too. I could use something to drink after that. Sklurp, thanks again very much, and Mafia, if you're still out there, thank you very much. I really appreciate your help with that lore storyline. I'm really pleased with how that turned out. The storyline and the RP with it is so good. I can't wait to see what happens next. Same. I appreciate that, and I'm very excited to find out what happens next as well. I was like, if this dude is played by Habibi, I will lose it. You know, I didn't even consider it because I had already asked Mafia, and because I knew I wanted her to play the part of the doctor, and when I knew I was gonna ask Mafia to help me out, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna. I don't want necessarily Bonnie and Bill's voice playing both of those roles, but. We might do. I'm so happy with like how that short lore piece worked out. That we might do more of those in the future because those are a lot of fun to put together. And I think it's really good for just basic storytelling, right? I mean, because most times the lore that we know about the characters has just been what's spoken. You don't really. It's fun to get a chance to see, and I don't know if anybody ever actually had noticed, but and I kind of, if I were to do that cut again, I probably would have changed the camera angles because I tried to make Pappy look a little bit younger. He didn't have his full beard; he just kind of had a mustache. It was a little bit dark. His hair color was a little bit darker than what it was, but we didn't see his face much anyway. I remember that story, but it was fun seeing. Yeah, Pappy, before Pappy and Morag were married, they were sat in Limpany one night, and Pappy shared that story with her. And Pappy was carrying a long arm. Yep. Because that, if anybody remembers the story before, one of the primary reasons Pappy does not believe in weapons is because what he told Morag is You know, he told Morag about the story in Mexico and how he killed that man and how he scared himself because he didn't think he was capable of doing that kind of thing, and it terrified him. So kind of from that point on, you know, Pappy had decided that he was going to leave the guns aside unless, you know, it was absolutely without a doubt necessary. And as part of the lore, it was shortly after that, that scene in Mexico where then Pappy came back into the United States and found his family in Limpany. Do you have a screenshot of that, Pappy? Which one? The one that was in Mexico? I don't think I'll look through the footage. If there's any better view of them, I'll take a screenshot. But I should have done that. That would have been a good idea. I could have taken a quick snapshot of them and. So yeah, there's all sorts of directions, you know, that this storyline can go. Whether or not we use them all or use any of them, I don't know. But you know, these ideas, these, you know, these kind of concepts that from the story that we just told today will you know, could lead to a whole bunch of good stuff. Did it ever get found out that Pappy killed that man? No. This was so well made. Thank you thank you very much. I hope everybody enjoyed watching it as much as I did making it, because it was super fun, and I can't even lie when, you know, when I say that after I finished both of those clips, the one with the lore and the one where we hear Ethel's voice in the background, I finished them late last night, and I'm not lying when I said I've watched them probably 50 times. Guys, let me tell you the real tea. Here we go. So now I'm the problem. Radio did this during Pride Month. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, ouch. Ouch. Hit me in the feels. Can you imagine? During the month of Pride, I think if we do exclamation Discord, the link will come up. Pappy will always be Bonnie's grandpappy. I'm very grateful for you, Radio. It's been over a year now since we met, and I'm so glad you have. I'm telling you what, I love the fact that you know, some of the folks that I enjoy RPing with most, and that includes you at the top of the list, Mafia, are those that, you know, I met so early on when I first started. Because yeah, my first roleplay experience was really a year ago, January, when I jumped into Gold Rush and met all those folks. Anyone caught standing Pappy in my chat this week will be here we go. Uh-oh. But don't be surprised if we see Radio Flyer in Indoors chat getting banned, because Radio Flyer is a Pappy stan. Hashtag team. Oh no. But after seeing that ending, it's a little bit harder to decide now, isn't it? And Indoors taking names, so be careful. Be careful. Indoor, did you make it in time to catch the ending? I'm curious on your take on it. OOC. Of course, you could always DM me too. You know, if you want to give me the real what you think on it. You know. I think Pappy has a thing for Phyllis. Wow, now that's a take. That's a take. So when that was another thing that I think it'd be something fun to talk about. You know, because obviously when that discussion between Pappy and Morag started, no, I don't want to spoil anything, but you will be fair. When Pappy and Morag started their conversation, Pappy went into that conversation knowing full well that Morag was going to do everything she could to gaslight and to divert. And we talked about this the other day in one of my other streams. You know, in these situations where, you know, you got this guy who's telling Pappy, yeah, you know, I was with your wife in the bell tower, right? Pappy doesn't know this man. You know, he could have been making it up, but it's unlikely. He had no reason to lie. But Morag had everything to lose in this situation, right? And it's the same as when the Order storyline was going on, right? When Pappy was trying to do everything he could to prevent Morag from finding out about the Order, he had everything to lose. So by telling the truth, he wasn't sure how she was going to react if he told her the truth at that point. So his thought at that time was, okay, well, I just have to deny, right? That's what makes the most sense to Pappy at this moment to save the, you know, to prevent the relationship from ending. So, of course, having gone through that experience, Pappy knew damn well that Morag was probably going to would do the exact same thing. So the question comes up, you know, well, why wouldn't Pappy just believe his wife of 10 years and take everything that she has, you know, as gospel? But it's because he knows she has everything to lose if Pappy knew the truth. Y'all both excellent at gaslighting. I mean, that's a fair statement. Morag is so much better at gaslighting than Pappy is. I can't. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not even going to try, because even in the middle of that conversation, I was starting to question myself if Pappy was making the right decision here. So full disclosure. Also, Pappy could not stop thinking about me. Oh my god. I cannot believe you even said that out loud, Chlorine. What the hell? What the hell? I don't know. You did really well trying to dance around the Order situation. Oof, that was... I mean, we've talked about it before. I mean, that whole storyline... That whole storyline was... I mean, it had me as an RPer in a panic because I wasn't sure how I was going to get Pappy out of that situation. Pappy is good at diverting truths. Morag gaslights full force. Yeah, you know what? I think that is a very good way of putting that, Medusa. I think that's probably the perfect way to word that. I mean, because clearly Pappy isn't, he isn't innocent of everything, right? He's had reason to tell his stories in the past, but yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call him a full-on gaslighter. The Order was the Order bit was chaotic. Loved Morag being still today. Morag playing the what's the word I'm looking for? What was Morag playing the intern and convincing Ethel to do this stuff in the Order's name is still some of my very favorite scenes that ever happened. Funniest shit I ever saw. Never thought he'd cheat on Morag? Well, who says he did? I mean, it's certainly left open for interpretation, but we don't have any reason to believe that he's actually done anything. Ethel has always worried me. I think that's why that storyline, even though nothing has ever happened with it, it's never been a real thing. Just the notion is out there and everybody's been able to RP around it. I think that's which is why I think that whole thing is brilliant. I love it. That was Pappy practicing his Ethel impression because he's playing her in the playroom. No, let me tell you, I sent Namekius a message, and Namekius is like, hell, oh, you know, Namekius was all in. I didn't share all the details, so I don't know if Namekius had a chance to watch this live, but I'm sure they'll watch the VOD. But I didn't tell Namekius exactly what I was doing with it. I just said, hey, can you read these 2 sentences in Ethel's voice? And he's like, hell yeah. So yeah, I mean that very last scene can be interpreted in an infinite number of ways, right? And one of the ways that it can be interpreted is, you know, maybe after all this time, you know, maybe Ethel got a W there. I don't know. I expect Namekius to show up tomorrow in Indoors chat. Love Ethel for being chaotic. Oh, Ethel is messy. Which is why I love that character too. Messy, messy, messy. Did anything happen with the gift Morag gave him? I had to stop watching. No. In fact, Pappy didn't even really acknowledge that Morag gave that to him. Kind of by design. Also, you know, there was plenty more going on right at that particular moment. So, Pappy still has it, and I'm sure at some point he'll realize it's still in his back pocket and have a look, and we'll see what happens. Maybe that'll spark something else in him. Who knows? Pappy hasn't even opened it? Nope. He has not even opened it yet. Pappy needs to look at that bracelet, damn it. He will. He will. He just didn't do it last night with all the heat that was going on. It'll be melted down for Ethel's cutlery soon. Don't change. That is so foul. Look, Pappy's not even a blacksmith, but you know, if he were, who knows? You know, in the current state of Pappy and Morag's relationship at that minute, you know, who knows what he would use that for if he were still a blacksmith. Oh wait, is Indoor still in here? I don't know. I'm probably already banned in Indoors chat. Is there any plans or playing by ear? I would say 99.9% of how I RP is by the seat of my pants. Very few things overall do I take much time and plan out. So most of it is just I'm rolling with it, and if an idea hits me at the time, then then we figure out a plan at that stage. But can I ban you both from each other's streams? I think that's the only appropriate thing to do. I love it. I'm really excited for future streams. This is amazing. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun. I mean, I've been looking forward all day. I would have streamed this thing first thing this morning if I would have had the opportunity, but I couldn't stream in the morning. So I've been looking so forward to to this evening when I could stream this. I know Isabella's cackling somewhere. Probably. Oh God, probably. I feel bad for Isabella though if she ever laughs about it in Morag's presence, because I think what's Morag's favorite term? She'll make a brain slushy or something. That's what I would expect. I got no work done today. All I could think about was this. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, is Khaleesi still in here? Is Khaleesi, did I actually read that you called out of work so you could watch this today? Did I read that, or was I just making that up in my mind? If that's true, that is the that is the funniest thing I've seen all week. Well, you said you were trying to figure out what direction you wanted to take Pappy. None of us expected this direction. If I'm being 100% honest, before a few days ago, I didn't expect this direction either. 10 out of 10 stand behavior. You love to see it. If that's actually true, I mean, that is amazing. That is so amazing. Personally glad you waited until later so I could. Wow, I'm very happy you were able to catch one of my live streams, Medusa. Thank you so much for being in here. All right, let me see. I'm gonna call it here in just a minute. Let's see who else is out there streaming. Looks like Cal's playing Dragon Age. Oh, hey, Momo, I was just getting ready to say, how does a horseshit raid sound? I think we're gonna do that. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming in and hanging out. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate all the feedback. Oops. I appreciate all the feedback in the conversation afterwards. This is just such a good time. Give me just a second to get this fired up. Raid channel. Pappy Solomon raid. See, now that's something, talking about what you have plans for. That's something that I haven't even considered yet. What's Pappy gonna, what should Pappy do? We don't know yet. We'll figure it out. All right, everybody. I hope everybody has a great evening. I appreciate you again. Thank you for all the subs and participating. I hope you have a great evening, and I will talk to you as soon as I can.
My God. Bro, what did I say to you? Speaking to the radio. What did I do? Mates, now I've gone into hiding. It's Officer fucking Tommy Briscoe.